Right, it's time for the penultimate T20I in this five-match T20I series between India and England. It's been a case of tu मैं, pehle up wala scenario. You win, then I win, and then you win again. And India will be hoping that they level it up and make it 2-2 ahead of a potential showdown. Because if they lose this one, well, it'll be curtains in terms of the series. But it's not just this series. There's a whole lot riding as well when you look at the bigger picture with India. These are the only T20Is before the T20 World Cup this year, and that makes it very, very important for India. A lot of questions ahead of Team India, but England, on the other hand, will be very satisfied with how things have gone on. Sandeepan Banerjee joins me from a really sunny afternoon in Calcutta. But Sandeepan, not a lot sunny when it comes to Team India at the moment. Slightly gloomy, slightly cloudy atmosphere, you'd like to think.
Absolutely, Sumed. I mean, we have already discussed about this. This Indian team needs to find out a formula of winning the game despite losing the toss. So far, this series has been like toss guy, match guy kind of a series. But I think now, I mean, actually, what happens on both occasions that trying to target a score around 180 or 200. This what happens? Indian team ended up losing out like at least 3 wickets in the power play inside the power play, and if you are like maybe 35 for 3 in the power play, then the game is already gone. Considering the depth of this English batting lineup, so probably maybe though I am not very much supportive of this idea, but maybe for the sake of this series they might shift to their earlier tried and tested formula of playing the power play of scoring maybe 45, 50 runs and then accelerate in the later part of the innings while keeping wickets in hand. Maybe they need to try out that, but ideally I would like to I'd like to see the Indian batsmen scoring more runs in the power play. But अभी तक तो वो formula ने अभी तक it has backfired for the Indian team.
The intent was right there from Virat Kohli right at the beginning of the series. He went out and said, "This is what we're going to try and do." But you'd like to think that they would probably pivot, given where the results have been going in this series, don't you think?
Yes, I mean, after all, Virat Kohli wants to win this series, right? So obviously, this is the last series before the last international assignment for the Indian team before the World T20. But of course, there is IPL, and they will get enough times. All the Indian players will get enough match times during the IPL. So the main practice for the Indian team for the World T20 will be during the IPL. As of now, currently the focus will be on this particular series, and they need to win it. So whatever is needed to be done, I think they should do that.
Okay, let's take a quick look at the major talking points of the previous T20 between these two teams. Number one conversation before and after has been around the opening pair, which has not been very successful. KL Rahul being the main topic of concern in that regard. There are people that are saying that he's had a stellar record in the last couple of years for India, in franchise cricket as well. But there is another group of people that says that he's not had a very good run of form lately, and it's time for him to be replaced. Which side of the spectrum are you on, Sandeep?
I want Rohit and Nishant to open, and both Surya and Shreyas Iyer to play. So that will give more depth in their batting lineup. Wow. I mean, middle order, more middle batsmen in the middle. And I think Surya needs to get a look in, because it was a harsh way. It was quite harsh on him while getting dropped in his second game. I mean, in the third T20I, because he did not bat in the second game on his debut game, and they had to accommodate Rohit Sharma. So probably Surya had to sacrifice. But now with KL Rahul not scoring runs, I think India needs to bring him back in the playing 11.
Yeah. However, Virat made it very clear that KL is one of the top players in this Indian team, and that makes it pretty clear that he will not be dropped. It doesn't seem likely that KL will sort of sit out in this game. Having said that, what are the possible changes we could see in this fourth T20I?
Yeah, but Virat Kohli also said in the press conference that Rohit and KL and Rohit will open the innings right from the start. Then he straight away brought Shikhar Dhawan back. So obviously, it can be double bluff, a game like a game of card, you know.
Mm.
But I seriously believe for the sake of these combinations, I think Surya needs to be fit in.
All right. We spoke about the batting, of course. That has been there have been a number of conversations there, but it'll take us a long time if we continue talking about that. Essentially, the trouble has been at the top of the order, and it'll be interesting to see the kind of changes that India make in this penultimate game. Of course, let's take a look at the bowling as well, Sandeepan. That is, in fact, an area that has been an equally important concern in the last game. Of course, England strolled through after Virat's heroic effort. There was literally no effort that England had to take at all on this surface to sort of get to that total. India, do you think, are missing the trick by not including a bowler that can sort of bowl quick? Of course, Bumrah is not available, but you've got the likes of Saini on the bench, Deepak Chahar as well. Do you think the India missing the trick by not including one of these slightly quicker bowlers, especially seeing that England's fast bowlers have sort of made merry on this surface?
Look, I have been saying this when I lost you. The connection, there's a network issue, but I was just referring that this wicket has supported the hit the deck kind of a pace bowlers. You know, you see Mark Wood, you see Jofra Archer, you see Chris Jordan. Even from India's point of view, I think when one of the games, Sardul did well. But I guess this wicket has supported the hit the deck kind of bowlers. And who is in India's hit the deck kind of a bowler in the lineup? That is Navdeep Saini, right? Yeah. So I think they need to pick him. And of course, with obviously Bumrah is not available, but I think still there is enough quality and enough depth in the Indian bowling lineup. And another issue, what I have seen, that Washington Sundar, he has done well against left-handers, but when he's bowling against right-handers, he has struggled because he doesn't bowl the other one, the dusra. You know, batsmen always know that he doesn't have the dusra, then they can line him up. So maybe it's time. I'm not sure whether Kuldeep is there in the squad or not. But why don't, if he's there, because I think Rahul Chahar has been now included in the squad. Rahul Chahar has been included in the squad. Yeah. So why not playing another wrist spinner? Why not give Chahal a break and play Rahul Chahar instead?
Interesting. So you're saying obviously play a different seam bowler, but also play a different spin combination.
I believe that yes, because you know Washington. Obviously, you cannot drop Washington Sundar or Chahal, but at least when you are experimenting in the batting department, why not do the same in the bowling as well? That's what my concern. That's what my question is. And obviously, since this wicket has supported the hit the deck kind of pace bowlers, then there is Navdeep Saini. You can try him at least in one game. And this is the do and die game for the Indian team. Probably in place of Sardul, they can try him.
Yeah, we come back again to the whole fitness versus skill debate, don't we? Because there is Varun Chakravarti in this squad. I'm obviously seeing that there are a couple of other names as well. There is no Kuldeep Yadav as far as I am seeing at this point. But there is Varun Chakravarti who comes in and brings something entirely different to this team, like we discussed in our previous previews as well. So again, it comes down to that debate, doesn't it? One of the main debates of this series, where the team has come out and said fitness is our main concern. But is there a certain compromise that we're making because of that mindset that has been put out?
Look, I mean, yes, Varun Chakravarti did well at the IPL, but he's relatively inexperienced, right? He doesn't have enough first class or domestic cricket under his belt as well. So I'm not very concerned about Varun Chakravarti or his inclusion or exclusion.
Or one of our favorites in Rahul Tewatia.
Why not Rahul Tewatia? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, batsmen. We have seen the England batsmen lining up in Indian spinners,
Yeah.
especially Chahal and Washington Sundar. Though Washington, I already said that Washington Sundar has bowled well against left-handers, but whenever like Josh Butler in the last game, he was complete lining him up. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he doesn't bowl the dusra.
Yeah.
So I guess also this gives me, and when you are talking about the fitness concern,
Mm.
also this gives me a talking point. That is why aren't we including Ashwin? Why aren't we trying out Ashwin in the T20I
He's
side?
made
Because I
himself
am
available.
sure, yeah, and I am sure he will do a better job than Washington Sundar. And if you
Mm.
talk about Washington Sundar's batting, he hardly gets to bat in this Indian batting lineup. I think as a bowler, Ashwin will make a lot more impact than Washington Sundar. He can bowl. He is a good bowler against right-handers also. He's brilliant against left-handers, but he is a good bowler against right-handers. Batsmen know that he can bowl the dusra, so they will think twice before stepping, using their feet against him. So why not play Ashwin? At least try. At least you can try him up. But
I'll
obviously, there is not enough time in this game, in this series.
I'll tell you what, the Delhi Capitals management will stand on the biggest building in the city and scream out loud and shout out loud and retweet this. So we're gonna clip this up and put this on Twitter for sure and tag those guys, because hey, those guys have been talking about it for the longest time that Ravi Ashwin has a role to play in white ball cricket as well for India. But of course,
Especially in
when you
T20s.
see,
Especially in T20s.
especially in T20s, especially when you see that the current lot is not doing too well. So very interesting indeed. Sandeepan, let's catch up about England before we wrap this preview up. Not a lot of worries. You reckon a few players could be rested just to rotate them a little bit, but or England will just say, let's win the series and then try and rotate for the last T20.
I think Jofra will be rested for sure because he has played quite a few games on a trot. So and they have enough, they have enough replacements. So Jofra might be rested. Rest, I don't think there will be any changes in their lineup. They want to win the series. Yeah, they have come here to win the series. They are not experimenting much, because they are a more settled unit than India, at least in white ball cricket. So and it is being reflected through their performances as well.
What's impressed you the most about England, Sandeepan?
I think they what in the earlier England teams, which they have when they toured India, while chasing a total, those batting lineups tend to panic. I have seen them panicking a lot,
That's
especially if
correct.
you are bowling spinners. But this in England batting lineup, look how well they plan their chase. Their top order, they are not afraid to for the likes of Jason Roy or even Josh Butler, Johnny Bairstow. They are not afraid of going after the slow bowlers as well. And that's the most impressive thing I have found out. And I think so far we haven't seen David Malan playing the kind of a role he does generally he's the
Mm.
number one ranked T20 batsman. But when he will be he will play according to his potential. You will see this England batting lineup playing a much more destructive role, in this. So
Yeah.
I guess their maturity in their batting, how well they have played the slow bowlers, that has been the biggest positive for the England team.
Yes, tons of positives for England, a few for India. Of course, a few for India, not a whole lot though. And this team will be keen to build on those positives and add another W in the last column, which is the more important thing to make something out of the last T20, and of course give themselves a chance to sort of win the series. Sandeepan, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, when you think about the positives, you think of Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli will be taking a close look at that coin and try and manipulate and do something, try and add some technology, a chip or whatever, so that it lands on the right side. And well, you are more or less certain to win the game,
That is very actually unfortunate that happens.
isn't
That
it?
toss is
Yeah.
being the deciding factor. But kya kare? That's the scenario.
That's just how it is. That's just how it is, ladies and gentlemen. The conditions in India definitely rule. In fact, conditions all over the world somehow play a very strong influence in cricket that goes about. That's pretty much about it. Right. That's all the time we have on this preview. We will see you on the other side of this game. Hopefully, India will level the series. If not as well, we will still be around. You can be rest assured of that. Stay tuned to cricketnews.com. My name is Sumedh, joined by Sandeepan as always. It's always a pleasure.